Boker Tov to Kol Yisrael Yishmael. This is Rabbi Lemming once again of Yeshiva Har Shalom. Today we will have a very short show because it is Erev Shabbat and there is much work to do, and so I won't take too much time. However, I would like to discuss some issues because, as we know, it is Elul, the time of Tshuva for Jews as we start the new year. And I wanted to discuss certain ideas with you about Tshuva because there is a lot of Tshuva that we in Am Yisrael have to do. I hope you know that there are times we've been cruel in the past year, bein Adam lechavero, and not just to Jews, but to non-Jews, who are sometimes called goyim, and it has taken on a negative context. It is not right to use this word today, goyim, goyim. Goyim makes them like bugs. Goyim. That was very much something that developed in the shtetl. It's very much a part of the Galuti infection, this fear of Goyim. Though sometimes they can be scary. But really, we need to understand Goyim are people too. And far more important for us, who has the true knowledge of love. Avram Avinu said, is there one left in Sodom? We see Avram Avinu, he didn't want this collective punishment against the Sodomites. And from here we see that Avram was not so bothered by the homosexuals of Sodom. I'm not saying we should condone it. But who are we to judge? Who are we to judge? We've all felt this proclivity before, have we not? I mean, many people have felt this proclivity before. It's part of, as Kinsey said, the sexual continuum. A Yehudi knows that the most important thing is peace. And like I said in the previous show, the first show, it's very important for us in the lefto sissy Zionist daati community, which is not as big as I would like to see. However, these ideas will become mainstream because we can reach out with our message of love. It is a very universal message. And I know you who are watching the program are very attracted to this message. First, I would like to say that this Motzei Shabbat, we are starting Slichot. Slichot, which epitomize the return to Tshuva. And though we don't like to tinker, as religious Jews, we don't just tinker with Tefillah. I believe that maybe perhaps we should add Slichot for sins we may have done to Goyim, to Arabs in the land. We have not given them their humanity. Excuse me. Most refreshing. Usually in Aseret Yemei Tshuva, I only drink Arab urine as a tikkun for flaws in my soul. However, being that it is not yet Aseret Yemei Tshuva, I am drinking seltzer. I am part of the Israel Soda Club. You can make the seltzer in your house. It's not that expensive. It's delicious. On Shabbat, we have it at the table. Very nice. Very nice. So like I said, Slichot, we maybe should add some things. And perhaps on Yom Kippur, We can even do something a bit radical this year. I was reading through Rabbi Michael Lerner of Tikkun. I don't always agree with him, but he has such wonderful ideas in his book Jewish Renewal about adding al-Chetz. Al-Chet for the sins we have done to the Palestinians. Al-Chet for adopting fanaticism. Al-Chet for throwing bricks at Rabbi Lemming's head. Al-Chet for not laughing enough. Al-Chet for judging those with different sexual orientation. These are things that I think even a religious Jew who truly understands the essence of shalom can adopt. And I don't believe, even though it is radical, I don't believe it is contrary to Torah law. And like I said, even though I don't agree with everything with Michael Lerner, I think he does pretty good work sometimes, even though there's sometimes obscene pornographic poetry involving religious artifacts. But, however, I understand what drives him. I understand that he was driven by the soul of a great man, Heschel, Rav Heschel, who marched with Martin Luther King and got arrested. There are some who say that some who will say, why did he get arrested, some racist Jews, why did he get arrested for Schwarzes, but not when Jews were being killed? In the Holocaust years earlier, did he not do anything? Why did he never get arrested for Soviet Jewry or for Jews who were getting beaten up or suffering in the world? This is very cynical. Who knows why? Maybe he was sick when things were happening to Jews. Maybe he thought he would do something, so he shows specifically, I am not doing things just for Jews. Maybe this was something he universally wants to do. He didn't want to come off as too insular. Who are we to judge Heschel? Heschel was a great man. There were many Jews who were misunderstood. Martin Buber, who brought such delightful Hasidic stories back to us. Tales of flying carpets, tales which warm the soul, tales of the essence of Hasidut, which largely have been lost today. Beautiful tales of flying carpets and of simple Jews who had powers. And even if these stories are not really true, they're so much fun to listen to. I love them, these Hasidic stories. But I digress. Let us go back. There are a lot of people who were not happy with Martin Buber. Martin Buber was a pacifist. What some would call I won't say the word, but it's a P word. Not true. He had the spirit of Shlomo HaMelech, peace, shalom, the beauty of shalom. He did not have cruelty in his soul. He was not for retaliation against Arabs who hurt Jews, because he understood that is not the Jewish way, and we will never teach Yishmael if we do that. And of course he opposed the execution of Adolf Eichmann, because we don't approve of the mass of capital punishment. It is racist. It was very rarely done. True, there were other punishments that could be done, as far as the king had the ability to decapitate. It's very frightening to believe. People who were being moreh b'malchut. However, I believe they probably picked this up from the violent Gentile cultures, so that even great kings who may have been very prestigious may have absorbed and imbibed the violence. It is possible. Let me tell you that I'm involved in many projects in our community, Gush Shalom and Yeshiva Har Shalom. On Shabbat, we invite Arabs. Sometimes on their way home, they do set our fields on fire. Sometimes I am a bit nervous when they are in the house. Usually they don't come. But like I said, I will go to their villages often. When Jewish hooligans paint Arab villages, we take our yeshiva bachrim and we paint their villages. And sometimes they beat us within an inch of our life. But the neighborhood looks nicer afterwards. It is scary to go there, I don't lie. It is not easy to be a Jew. And sometimes we try to have meetings in the house. On Shabbat in the evening, I try to teach some of these Arabs not to use bad words. I try to get they've also, it's not just Jews, they've also adopted, many of them, a cruelty. As I indicated in the first lesson, I was very honest and intimate about my personal experience of being sodomized, which sometimes I still struggle to get over, but I just listened to Shlomo Carlebach and I feel better already. Right now I actually have a small boy, Abdul, who comes from a home, and I try to take him on trips. He is now eating cookies in my house. And I think he may be turning the gas on. Abdul, please don't do that. I invite you into my home to show you love. Please don't do, please, Abdul. That's very scary. That's a sharp knife. What? No. Ani ohev et kol Yehudim. Lo itbach el Yehud. I think I may have to stop this shiur. This 9-year-old I have is playing with the knives. No. Abdul? No. Please put down the knife. Please put down the knife. Sarah. Call the Mishtara. Sarah. Abdul. No, Abdul. No.